Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving back into the Pirate Alliance Kizuna Clash versus Blackbeard for the 6+ Rayleigh with some EXP Momo teams. Now, this is a regular Kizuna, so Suicide Strap will be going absolutely hard. Make sure to dive into the quest with a Boa Friend Captain, maximize your gains, leave the quest, and put up an assist for your Alliance members and your homies, so that way they can max out their Rayleigh without using any potions. You do not want to spend your potions on this type of Kizuna. I repeat, do not spend your potions. Please, for the love of God, do not spend your potions. Please. Put up assists, get them done, use Momo teams, don't use Momo teams, do whatever you like, run your Boa teams that I've already put out, and go for gold with that. But like I said, in today's video, we're going to focus on double Momo because EXP is the name of the game when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's a really good way to get EXP. Like, I know people like to farm EXP and actually get it that way just by like running like Hime turtles and getting gains that way. PK is another really good place to do it, but this is also where I like to do my farming for pirate level, and it'll probably crack me into the echelons of 1,000. I've been sitting on 999 for a little while just because, like, I never thought the day would come that I get to love pirate level 1,000. It's been a bit of a meme within my friend group and the community and stuff like that, so will be very, very interesting to see. So let's take a look at the first variation, which is the side fight against Blackbeard. Now, Cerebral, Powerhouse, and Fighter characters get all the good stuff. So Momo's not getting buffed here, but Momo does work really well because the auto proxy special on turn 1, and that way you can use his end of turn damage to get through the resilience very, very nicely. But there's 5 turns of resilience, a 5-turn attack down if you're below a 3 times chain boundary, 1 stack of hunger, and then on the final stage at level 30 you have to do with 5 turns of recovery bind, full immunity except for increased damage taken and weakening effect. Bonnie does work great if you have her too. 50% HP cut, 5 turns of pain, and then 5 turns of defense up. After level 31, the pain goes to 30,000 instead of 20,000, and you get an extra turn of defense up. Plus, there is a slot barrier for 3 tandem orbs. But the team looks a little bit like this. Momo's end of turn damage is going to take care of stage 2. Basically, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Like, that's the be-all, end-all there. On the final stage, ideally, we're going to swap with Carrot Wanda. Carrot and Nami on stage 2, and then use the Carrot Nami special, so that way we can get ourselves the chain boundary for stage 2. It should be an easy kill there. You can swap with Robin Koala if you really want to as well, and then use their special to get the 3-turn orb buff and the carryover for color affinity as well. With that, you have an attack boost, color affinity boost, chain boundary, and an orb buff into the final stage, and that way you're restricting how many specials you need to use on this final stage. With the super swap of Zoro Sanji, you're going to give yourself a full board of tandem slots, and then with their special, you can increase that attack and orb boost. Plus, you turn everyone into free spirit slashes. Whitebeard and Marco literally just threw them on here just because, like, you have options for other units. I just picked the Powerhouse unit that was int and went cool, sweet, sick, mad. Zoro Sanji's chain buffs and all that stuff that they do will be enough to allow you to get past the 3 times chain. If you want to just put like Yamato on the team, I guess, like you literally, you're not even using the special. So you could just chuck like the Kizuna Yamato, you could put the new Yamato on the team, like literally any one of these Yamatos will work absolutely fine. I'm just going to chuck this one on the team because why the hell not? She's a free spirit character, she gets buffed anyway. And you just have a bit more of a hit stick, and then that way you can activate the super tandem of Zoro Sanji as well. Works really, really nicely. On to the next fight against the int variation. Psi, int, and strength characters get all the good stuff. There's 5 turns of bind on the left-hand column. Perfects are harder to hit, and then there's a tap timing barrier for 2 perfects. So if you guys have leveled up the Ho, you're going to be fine, but just be careful if you haven't, like myself. You probably want to run the Whale Shark ship then if that's the case. 5 turns of defense up on stage 2 as well. On level 30 on the final stage, you have to deal with only being able to use 2 specials for 3 turns. A chain multiplier maximum of 1.1. Full immunity except for Love. 8 turns of despair, which you go down to 5 after sockets. And then a chain boundary, or attack down if you're below a chain boundary of 3.5 or less. Plus, if you use a chain boundary on the final stage, you're going to lose all your positive effects, and it's unlimited time, so it's very, very annoying. Funny enough, though, chain boundaries aren't actually positive effects, so you won't actually lose that. That's funny. On the final stage, past level 31, you have to deal with an extra turn of despair and a intimidation for an attack buff for 1 turn, plus the chain boundary or the attack down below a chain multiplier of 3.75 instead of 3.5 gets inflicted. So, team looks like this. With Momo on stage 2, you actually just remove the bind. It doesn't actually activate, so you can use supports to take care of the despair on the final stage. Sanji, Zoro, they just remove the despair on stage 2, plus you get a chain boundary and a chain boost for the final stage. It's just such a potent combination for this stage. It works so well. Plus, Sanji removes bind if you needed it. But Luffy on the final stage will give you an orb buff. He also removes despair, so that's another option. But if you use him turn 1, you're going to get all the tap timing stuff as well. Sop, they give you resistance down. They're going to be your conditional booster, and they give you base stats too. This team actually has pretty much everything that you need. It doesn't have like a super tandem, but it does have a final tap. I don't know if Momo's super tandem actually works, but you could do some stuff there. Ideally, though, you're going to have Wano Orb, so that's really not going to be something to stress about. You remove the despair with the Kanjuro, Rayleigh, and the Nami support, and if you're missing stuff like Zoro, you can use like Wano Lore with Corazon and do some fun stuff there. But just be mindful that like you're pretty good if you bring Momo as captain here. Moving on to the final fight now, it is the strength fight, but it is obviously the weird tricolor. Free spirit driven slashes get all the good stuff, and on stage 1 there's 6 enemies, and then like 4 of them retreat, or maybe they all retreat, I don't really know. On stage 2 there's 5 enemies that give you 51% HP cut, 5 turns of damage reduction, and 5 turns of threshold. And then 4 of them run away. So only 4 of them run away. Weird. On the final stage, it goes Strength, Dex, Quick, Dex, Strength, and then Blackbeard's immune to delay, any type of poison, defense down, and then obviously blow away. There's normal attacks only, 3 turns of tap timing being harder, bomb slots, lock slots, 5 turns of increased damage taken for 3 times on yourself, and then 2 turns of a damage limiter of 50%, plus there's 5 turns of special bind. After 1 turn, your top and middle row get slot binded, 2 turns of special limit of 1 turn, and then 30,000 damage, which will go up to 90,000 if you don't get around that. After level 31, it goes to 6 turns of special bind, and then there's a recovery amount down if you want to heal at all. So just be mindful, because remember, you do take a 51% HP cut. But the team looks a little bit like this. The characters in the middle, ideally, you want to have slot bind. So not you. Let's swap you guys. And do you have slot bind? I don't know if you do. Yeah, you do. I don't know why I did it like that. Oh well, we move. The characters in the middle, you want to have slot bind, because this team is going to have to take 2 turns. It is what it is. But Bobbins on stage 2 is going to take care of the damage reduction and the threshold. Momo's going to give you an attack boost as well, so you're going to pretty much be fine there. End of turn damage should blow away like the first mobs and the second mobs. Like you'll be gravy taking down the first 2 stages. Remember, you can use a super class 2 to give you Wano orbs, and that should be absolutely fine. On the final stage, Momo's super type is going to extend your attack boost, and make sure you're tapping with the Wano Orb, so that way you have enough damage for the 2 turns. With Zoro Sanji, they give you 2-turn buff. One of the things that Blackbeard isn't immune to is increased damage taken, so you can actually apply this for 2 turns, plus you get the chain boundary for 2 turns. It works really, really nicely, plus they have slot bind, and they have the Enrage ability, getting rid of the Enrage for 3 turns. You partner this with the Alba 5+, who also can get rid of 2 turns. You got your 5 turns, your hunky dory. Plus Alba gives you, what's it called? He gives you color affinity for 3 turns. And then if you wham bam slam a Kaido on him, he gives himself a, I think he gives you a threshold, right? If you have Kaido. I don't know if this is going to affect the 30,000 damage. But hey, it's something. Finally, we've got Luffy. He's going to be our base stat booster, our orb booster for our free spirit characters. He also removes a special bind thanks to the Luffy support, and that works out pretty hunky-dory. If you guys don't have old mate Sabo, you can use this Riser right here. He's another really, really good option for you guys too, because I know a lot of people don't have that Sabo, but hey, it is what it is. But that's going to wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there, belt like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, whether you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.